With a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones Thunderflash. Am I going to say that title in every single episode? I don't know. But here, we're going to get on board the Inazuma bus and travel through time. Sure, just on the cash. This is a time machine. Yeah, technically speaking, it's a space-time displacement device. It utilizes wormholes to facilitate travel to different times and places.
I built this beauty myself based on the designs of your old Inazuma bus. It's a classic, I must say.
So, can we drive through time in this? Yup. However, there are certain conditions that need to be met. To jump to a specific time, we need some kind of guide to lead us there. We need an artifact.
Said artifact must be from a specific place and time, and it needs to be suffused with the essence of that period.
If we don't have an artifact, we can't open a wormhole, and it'll be impossible to jump through time. Okay, so what would we need to take us back to when Coach Evans created the football club? That's a good question. Something filled with the essence of the time period. I've got it! Let's look in the old football club room. That's where Coach Evans used to hang out, so there's bound to be something.
Sounds like a plan! Let's head back to Arion's present and find an artifact.
What? Who are you then? Let's put the plan into action. You are all going to cooperate with us.
Mind control mode.
Here we are.
You see? Thankfully it's a doddle to get you back to your own time.
Okay, Arion, to the old football club room. Lead on. Well, we could, or we could have a look in this treasure chest, of course. So this is the car park, and if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a brand new area for Chrono Stones. At the very least, if it was in the original Inazuma 11 Go, you never had any reason to go to the car park. But now it's kind of a key area, because whenever you travel back through time in the Inazuma bus, it's going to park here in the car park. And we have a reason to be here now. And it has all of these NPCs, including someone who talks about catching a tuna. And this random NPC is very important to me after making a video called Top 5 Tuna in Gaming on my old collab channel, Challenges Approaching. And I decided to dedicate a small amount of time to the second year boy who caught a tuna, who we don't even see in this game. But that's aside from the main point. Let's talk to this guy. Arion, Sherwins. Oh, me? What is it? No more pain, no more football. Erase football. That's right, we're going to get into our first random encounter of the game against the Brainwashed kids. Of course, every Inazuma 11 game has to have random encounters in it, and the excuse is always different. You know, in the first Inazuma 11, you were just competing to have the best club, and then in the second game, they were controlled by the aliens, and then Inazuma 11-3, it was all about them wanting to take your spot on the team, the weakest excuse. Inazuma 11 Go, there wasn't really one. You could just take people on at school because everyone liked football, and alternatively you were on a route to stadium where people were just naturally football fans. So I guess that game had the best excuse for random encounters. But this one makes enough sense, you know, they're brainwashed into it by people who are trying to erase football. It makes no more or less sense than the natural plot of the game. But funnily enough, this is also kind of the most difficult of the random encounter tutorials, because the only people in our squad with any sort of shooting moves would be Arion and Fei, and maybe one of Fei's duplies with a shooting move, but I certainly don't have them up front with this formation right now, so I'm just taking random shots here, and it's not really working against Buzz. We've finally managed to stun him, though, through taking repeated shots. So hopefully this all works out as one way of fully demonstrating the way stunned works. You see how he's surrounded by electricity because we've taken so many shots on him? Yeah, goalkeepers can't keep doing their job forever, so now once we take a shot on the stunned goalkeeper, he doesn't stand a chance, and we manage to sink it into the back of the net. Using her face dupli, who's almost never seen, with her tongue inside her. She's quite the force to look at in the anime, because literally no matter how serious the scene, she's always got her tongue out. Not so in the games. Huh? Where are we? What just happened?
I think they must have been under Protocol Omega's mind control. What? Why would they do that? Simple. They want to use football to destroy us.
They can hurt you directly by using the people of this time period without having to go to the trouble of changing the timeline. In the worst case scenario, losing a football battle could subject you to mind control yourself, so take care.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to business. We're looking for an artifact in the old club room, remember?
But I certainly hope there's going to be something in here. You know what? I'm gonna heed the advice of that tutorial. I'm going to use a restore point and spend an extremely low 9 FP TP on that healing, but that will go up as the game progresses. Let's head into the club room. Now this is not a football focused room, given that football never really took place in this time period, but if we look hard enough...
Is this it? Is this the club room? It looks like some kind of broom cupboard.
History's been changed, so the use of this building has changed too. Coach Evans said that this building was here long before he and his friends ever used it. There must be something we can use. What's this? Yes, this is it, the club room sign. They used this sign back in Coach Evans' day too. We can use this as an artifact, right? We could.
And we will, because we've acquired the old football club sign.
Splendid! Let's get that installed right away so we can travel back to the Raimon Jr High of 11 years ago.
Simple as that, huh? We're off. What if I want to spend more time in this current time period? Enjoy the fact that it's still got a baseball field on it. Actually, I was talking to these guys when playing Inazuma 11 Go Wildfire to keep up with progress, and I love this guy's line: the whole world will know the name of the Inazuma 9 and the Baseball Frontier Tournament. Baseball is genuinely the premier sport of Raimon in this timeline, and I, as someone who's not particularly an ambivalent fan of baseball, wish to fix this timeline by heading off to the tennis courts, and I thought that those tennis balls were going to be a photo opportunity, but they're not. We can still take on these overworld people. Like, it's weird. This guy's clearly under mind control. He didn't approach me and make this a mandatory battle for me to do, and I should have changed my formation so that Arion was at the front of it. It's like, I didn't have to do this battle. I went up to this guy and chatted to him, just like you can in Inazuma 11 Go, where they'll at least then ask you again, yes or no, do you want to play? I chatted to this guy, and then it's like, okay, I remember what I'm supposed to do now. Mind control, I'm going to take you down with football! But you don't have to do so, unless you actually speak to them, so a little bit weirder, but I still do enjoy the general idea of having to talk to random encounters to get the battle started, rather than them just appearing in the overworld with no level of choice involved, like it was in the first 3 Inazuma 11 games. And that's a very nice new goal celebration, I like that one. that we've taken down the hotshots, getting experience purely just for Arion and Fei. Yeah, you don't want to spend too much time grinding before we even have a team, exactly. Oh, but there's still some who'll take you on with... Some of the cheesy lines that'll come out of these guys is just fantastic. Even got a reference to the calligraphy club, which canonically Arion Sherwind is still in. I think he might be skiving from that club's... I was going to call it practice. That's not really a fitting term, just activities.
We won't be able to come back to this time for a while, Arion, so make sure you're well prepared.
That is true. Like, fair enough, there's not really a great deal you could do in the shop or anywhere else to prepare for what you're about to do, but you can get stuck in random encounters again. So that he could dribble the ball up a bit further, but when I failed to score, that didn't account for that possibility. Clearly, I'm not prepared. The answer to your question, Wonderbot, is no. I'm not ready, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Arion, just place the artifact on that circular sensor to install it.
Artifact installed. Do you think it'll work? Like you always say, it'll be fine. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, seatbelts on. Wormhole coordinates confirmed. Commencing time jump. In. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Would you look at those cherry blossoms? Simply stunning!
We're here. This is the day Mark Evans started at Raimon. But as of right now, he hasn't even joined the football club, never mind become its captain.
Well, by my watch, he should be showing up at school any moment now.
Mark Evans, before he started football. Football! At last I'm here! At last I'm here! Raimon Jr High!
What's the matter, Arion?
Nothing. So, Coach Evans is just about to go and set up Raimon Football Club, right?
Yeah, if nothing gets in his way.
Huh? What's that noise?
Allow me to introduce a new state-of-the-art messaging service called Interlink. You can use it to keep in touch and chat with any of your pals, no matter where in time and space you happen to be. I took the liberty of installing the Interlink app on the mobile phones of all Raimon Football Club members for your delectation.
When did he get the chance to do that?
Wonderbot's great like that. Now Mark should be able to visit the staff room to hand in his football club application. Let's follow him.
We will, but oh, just give me a sec to get back into the Interlink. I mean, there's going to be no messages other than the one we already saw, but we can tap it on the bottom screen at the Inazuma lightning icon, and yeah, there's only 2 messages, but it does say at the bottom someone is writing, and then we get a 3rd message, and a 4th, and a 5th. The Interlink works marvelously. It updates in real time and works genuinely like a Twitter DM in a group, or a, I'm not going to say Discord conversation because it doesn't really look like that, but it does look like an old Skype conversation. And the Interlink is one of my favourite aspects of the game. I love the inner link. Right now it's only going to have messages from Wonderbot, Fei and Arion, but this is one of my favourite aspects of the game and I will be checking up on this regularly. But there's something of even more paramount importance, because look where we are! And we also aren't able to bail from it either. We are on Raimon of the past from 10 years ago, and wow, did they pick a wonderful place to choose as our second time travel destination after Okinawa. We are on the version of Raimon School from the original 3 games. Heck, not even the original 3 games. This is Raimon as it appeared in Inazuma 11-1 specifically, but remade on 3DS level graphics, and it just looks fantastic. It makes me feel nostalgic, which is a weird thing to say given that I only played Inazuma 11 for the first time in 2009. It's not exactly an old game, but it's worth chatting around to the NPCs of the past because you can even get topics which are useful in this game's terrible, terrible recruitment system, but I still enjoy the idea of unlocking one by chance anyway. And honestly, it looks exactly the same as it did back on the DS, but with better graphics and characters who are from 10 years in the future. You can even buy items here, not that they have anything of particular worth. Maybe the pendants are slightly useful, but we only have 2 characters to equip to anyway, and I'm sure we'll get some on the floor randomly. See, there you go, just talking to randoms will get you more conversation topics like the one about a popular teacher. Already we've seen a gold treasure chest, which we can do nothing about until the post-game, so just remember it's there for, like, ages away. We can't go beyond this point, unfortunately, so there's not much more to see of old Raimon. But let's carry on with the story instead.
I'd like to submit my application to join the football club.
What? Oh, sorry, but I'm afraid we don't have a football club at this school right now.
What? What? Shh, I know it's exciting, but don't give us away, okay? Sorry, couldn't help it. Well, if there isn't a football club at Raimon, I'll just have to make one then, won't I? Where's he going? He's probably heading to the club room. We should head there too.
Something I notice about Mark's dialogue boxes is that he's visibly a different art style to the rest of the characters in the game. It's clear that they've used actual artwork from older games to represent Mark, but it adds to the feeling of us being in the past. I like it. But nevertheless, we'll keep following him because we do want to make sure he does set up the football club, and as a result, the rest of the Inazuma 11 series and my YouTube channel. But not without taking a photo of the old school crest, of course, because now it looks all shiny and modern 10 years later. There is a second screen, but we can't explore it yet.
This is the football club room. It's a bit dirty.
Come on, we'll just have to clean this place up a bit, that's all. Let's get to work, Sylvia.
Okay.
This is where it all starts. The history of Raimon Football Club.
You can expect Protocol Omega to show up at any second to change all this. To keep the club as it should be, we'll have to be on our guard when they do show up. Right.
So, Arion, are those 2, how shall I put this, lovebirds?
Wonderbot, that's not a very appropriate thing to ask.
And the answer is no, by the way. I've got it. Here's the club room sign.
Once we've hung this up, everything should be ready.
Yeah. Okay, Raimon Football Club is now open.
We'll have to gather as many members as we can.
Yeah, and once we have them, I've got so many plans for the club. And then there's the Football Frontier tournament to think about.
Not likely. Raimon Football Club will not be taking part.
Friend of yours, Sylvia?
No, I've never seen him before. They're here. It's Alpha. It's been decided. The football club will not continue.
What are you talking about? Who says we can't continue? I just need to round up a few members and then I'll have a club.
There is no one here who likes football.
No one? What are you saying? There are loads of people who love football. Me, for one.
Right. You will not love it for very much longer.
I will never ever not love football.
Is that so?
Huh? Ah, they just disappeared.
Quickly, after them.
Where am I?
The last place you will ever love football.
Fei, where are we? The Football Frontier Stadium. This is where Mark Evans and the Raimon team battle to become national champions. What's going on here?
You will now play us in a game.
What? Football? Coach Evans! I mean Mark. These lot are trying to erase football. Huh? Who are you? I'm Arion Sherwood. Well, it's difficult to explain. Anyway, I really love football, and that's why I came here, to save it. You have to believe me. We're here to help you, Mark. Okay. You believe me? Of course. If you say you love football, then I have to believe you. If someone really loves something, they can't lie about it. Request information on potential targets.
Information received. They've traveled through time to stop us from implementing the interrupt. And it appears that they've already been battling against us in another parallel world.
Understood. How should we proceed?
We can use this opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. We'll erase football from Mark Evans and Arion Sherwood both.
Oi, you lot! Are you really planning to erase football?
Affirmative.
Okay then. If you want a match, you've got one. And I'm going to show you just how much fun football can be.
I mean, aside from the fact there's only like the three of us, thank heavens for the duplies, eh? Otherwise we'd really be in trouble. Mark Evans at this point has not even played a real match of football before, so kind of weird thinking that Mark Evans might be dead weight, but we'll just have to figure out how things go when we take on Protocol Omega in the next episode. See you then when we work alongside Mark Evans himself. Ta-ra.